In West Africa, the prolonged political crisis in Egypt is starting to have an effect on its economy. VOA correspondent Scott Stearns has the story.
The United States, the European Union, and West Africa's Regional Economic Alliance have all imposed sanctions against the government of incumbent President Laurent Gbagbo because he's refusing to give up power to the United Nations certified winner of the vote, former Prime Minister Alassane Ouattara. People in the commercial capital Abidjan say those sanctions are hurting the economy. Business is bad for mechanic Lamine Sila.
There is no business. People don't have the means to repair their cars. They are not able to pay us.
With the Gbagbo government cut off from the region's central bank, cash machines in Abidjan are running out of money.
We have many problems. If you work for the government, all the money has been trapped. You can no longer get paid. We have worked for more than 5 months for the ministry and there is no money. It's messed up.
As the world's largest cocoa producer, Ivory Coast was once the economic giant of West Africa. But a brief civil war, years of division, and the political crisis that has followed November's election has brought power cuts, piles of uncollected trash, and shortages of medicine.
The impact of the crisis on the business sector is catastrophic. I have to say, I was born here in Africa, here in my country, and this is the first time I've seen this in my country.
Banks are limiting withdrawals and are having trouble clearing checks because connections to the regional banking system were severed when the Gbagbo government seized control of the central bank's local office. That severely reduced the amount of cash in circulation, cutting into business for mobile phone trader Kadidiato Sanusi.
Before the crisis, we would sell 10 mobile phones per day or 5 mobile phones per day. It depends on the customers. But at the moment, it's quite difficult. In order to sell 3 mobile phones per day, you really need to hustle and bargain with the customers to convince them to buy.
The state-run oil firm says sanctions may shut its refinery, which would reduce supplies of petroleum. There's already a shortage of cooking gas.
We have regular customers, so we can maybe hold up for 2 more weeks. But I know other dealers who don't have anything left and are struggling to find gas cylinders. I think that the population can hold on for 1 more week, but after that, it will be really difficult. Everyone will have to switch to charcoal.
Mr. Gbagbo and Mr. Ouattara are both blaming each other for the economic hardships of this political crisis. 5 heads of state from the African Union meet this week to discuss how best to resolve the dispute. West African leaders say they'll await the outcome of that mediation, but reserve the right to use military force to remove Mr. Gbagbo. Scott Stearns, VOA News, Dakar.